Hello, Leah here. Okay, I'm going to educate you on how your new Client Connect website works. So, just a reminder, this website sits right inside the Multiple Listing Service or MLS. So, because it sits inside the MLS, it is 100% accurate based on the search criteria that you and I have created. So literally within seconds of a new property coming on the market or there being a price change that matches your searches, literally within seconds, it is posted here. Now, if we've set you up to get email alerts, that frequency is based on whatever we've talked about. Some of you want it immediately, some of you want it daily, weekly, monthly, 2 times a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or whatever we've talked about is how it's set up. And we want to make any changes, that's super easy. Okay, so in a next video, I'm going to talk to you about what you will see when you get alerts. But for right now, I'm just going to show you big picture how the site works. So it's always going to open up to a combination of all your saved searches. So if I only have one search for you, then that will only be one. But for many of you, you will have multiple searches. Some of you have 5 or 10 or however we've decided that it's easiest for you to absorb information about your options. In this example, there are 2 different searches, an Encinitas and Cardiff and a Scripps and Poway. So it's always going to open up to all. You can obviously just click down to one of them. It's going to change your, on the updates side, it's going to change because now it's just talking about the number of updates for that search. Whereas if I'm in all, the first time, it's going to be quite a high number. I've already been in here before recording this, so these 2 numbers normally will start off identical. So let me just walk you through the couple of views. So it's going to open up to what they refer to as a thumbnail view, and that's kind of a thumbnail with some big picture information about square footage, etc. You can hit favorites, possibilities, reject, or save to a folder right here. You can share it. Or you can go into view detail, and here you're going to get a ton more information. So you get bigger pictures, which then you can scroll through. You can jump down to, oh, I want to see the backyard, jump down to that picture. You get the remarks. If you want to make comments, especially if there's more than one of you that are looking at the search, husband and wives, boyfriend and girlfriends, parents and kids. If you want to make a comment on this property, that comment will just be on your website. If you want to send me an information, either request a showing or send me anything, you can do that right here. You'll see bedrooms and baths and square footage and year built and all sorts of stuff. All of the things that scroll down here are also in these tabs. Okay, so I'm going to just go through the tabs because that's a little bit easier. So you have the photos, you have the map view, of course, you have street view. So rather than going out to Google, you can jump straight to street view and kind of say, all right, I know I'm in Encinitas. What does this neighborhood look like? And you can start playing around with looking at how the neighbors are. So you don't have to open up a second browser. So that's kind of cool. Under property info, that's where we were seeing the remarks and that information. Property history, this tells you when prices have changed, so that in the past I've only been able to, I've looked that up for you and showed you it, but now you have the ability to see that yourself. You can do a mortgage calculator. Neighborhood info, this is kind of cool. So what are the schools? What's the age distribution? Transportation, of course, San Diego, we don't have a lot of options there. What kind of restaurants are there? So some kind of cool tidbits there. School information, you can also go directly to some school stat websites. Okay, so and you can favorite or possibility or reject or save a property to a folder right here as well. You can also send it to somebody else. I will caution you on this reject button that Certainly, if a property just doesn't fit for you, absolutely reject it. Get it out of your way. But if the only thing that doesn't work for you is the price, I would not reject it because you would want to know if they changed the price. So, food for thought. So, when you want to go back to your dashboard, you're going to close this. Now you're back to your dashboard. As you mark things, favorite, possibility, and again, whether you do that on this page or you're on a detail page, and I do it here. Let me reject this one. Not sure why. It looks really nice, but I'm going to reject it. Listing has now been marked as reject, and I'm going to close it. You'll now see that I have one of each of these. Okay. And if you're like, okay, I'm curious about what did I mark as possible, or maybe there's 2 or 3 of you that are buying as a family and you want to see each other's possibles, you can do that at any time. Okay, so I think that's the basics for when you first look at the site. Next, I will talk to you in a separate video about how to most easily manage your updates. Okay, talk soon.